Everyone is talking about AI, but I just found something that a lot of other YouTubers are completely missing. There's a side hustle that exists where you can actually make consistent passive income that you can start right now. To prove my point, I found someone who was making over $250 per month, and it only took them about 30 minutes to set it up, and they never had to touch it again. And the best part is anyone can do it, and actually the more unique you are, the more money you're probably going to make. So in this video, I'm going to show you the exact passive income case study that explains the whole process, give you a step-by-step guide on exactly how to do it, and give you a 5-step complete strategy that can help separate those who are going to be successful with it versus those who are going to struggle. By the way, my name is Chris, and back in 2018, I quit my boring corporate job to concentrate on side hustles. One main reason, so that I could stay home with my newborn son, Benji. So if you want some real help to build up your side hustle as well, be sure to go check out my newsletter, Your Extra Paycheck, where I give tons of free advice on how you can make a little bit of extra money every single month. So the side hustle that I want to introduce you to is called voice cloning through a system called ElevenLabs. Now, let me tell you about a guy named Hector. Now, Hector was not a voice actor. He wasn't a tech expert or anything like that. He was just looking for a way to make some extra money. And while browsing online, he stumbled across ElevenLabs. And they offered this pretty interesting opportunity to make some extra money, but he was skeptical at first, and rightfully so. So when he found out about this voice cloning thing where you could literally upload your voice and make money from it, yeah, I mean, come on, does that really work? So with Hector, he just literally used his phone. He just sat in a quiet corner in his bedroom and actually went through the actual training process that ElevenLabs has you do. So again, nothing fancy, no real professional equipment, no big studio that voice actors usually have. It's just his regular speaking voice. So after everything was uploaded into ElevenLabs and it was out there live, ready to be used, a few people found it, liked it, and all of a sudden started using his voice in their projects. And within about a week, he started earning money, and he did nothing else other than upload his voice. Now, that first payment notification that he got was only for about $23. So yeah, it's not life-changing money, but it was still not bad for what he was doing. You see, the way that it works is that he gets paid for every word that his AI voice says in someone else's project. By the end of the month, and this is pretty wild to me, he had earned over $250. People were essentially paying him for a digital copy of his voice. And just to be clear, Hector's voice wasn't necessarily like the perfect broadcaster voice or anything. It was actually quite the opposite. One creator who used his voice mentioned that he liked it because his voice sounded authentic and relatable. Another one said that they liked the accent that he happened to have for the particular project that they were using. So you may be surprised, the unique qualities of your voice might make it super unique to where it can catch on, and a lot of people will start using it and you could get paid by it. Now, the first thing that I remember thinking about when it came to this whole AI voice cloning thing is privacy concerns. I mean, your voice is out there, anyone can literally make it say whatever they want. But ElevenLabs actually has some types of restrictions on there that you can actually set that I'll talk about later in the video. And I want you to check this out right here. The most successful voice on ElevenLabs has earned approximately $22,000. But before we get into exactly the step-by-step of what Hector did to get started and how you can get started as well, isn't it mind-blowing to be able to make money with just your voice? But here's the thing, no matter what your side hustle happens to be, the way that you come across visually can mean the difference between everything being perfect and you're getting all types of, deals and clients with your program, or not getting very much at all. If your branding and your thumbnails and your graphics don't match the quality of work, future clients may not stick around for very long. And that's where Kittl comes in. Kittl is a professional grade design platform that makes it faster and easier to create standout visuals. So let's say that you're launching your own digital product, or building a personal brand, or designing a promotion for your new voice service. By using Kittl, you can start with a professionally designed template, customize the layout, use premium fonts, tweak the textures, and make a mock-up all under one roof in one place. So everything from the idea to the actual creation of your product can all be done right there in Kittl. So if you're working on a side hustle and you want your designs to be able to keep up with your ideas, try using Kittl right now by clicking the link down in the description. You'll get access to some exclusive templates, some premium features that are made for creators who want to move fast but stay in control. So cut your tools and not not your creativity, and allow Kittle to bring your ideas to life without slowing you down. Now, let's get into the exact steps that will allow you to use ElevenLabs for voice cloning. Now, the difference between a $50 voice clone and a $500 voice clone all comes down to following some specific steps that most people sometimes skip because they're in a hurry and just want to get it done. So, first of all, start by creating your own ElevenLabs account and choosing between the free instant clone and the professional clone options. Now, the instant clone part of it, that'll work for testing, but if you want to actually make money from it, you need to use the professional side of things. This will require the creator plan, which is normally about $22 per month, but you can get it for half price when you first get started. Now, I want to make sure that you understand this because it's super important, but voice quality means everything. If you're recording in a noisy background, it makes it very difficult for the AI to separate your voice from everything else. So make sure it's a nice quiet space where you can actually do the training and follow it just as they want you to. This even includes echoes. You want to be sure that you're not in a place that, you know, a lot of walls and a floor. You want to put like carpet down maybe and be in a small space. I know a lot of people use things like closets. They'll bring the microphone in there because a lot of the clothes and everything will absorb the voice. You can use your phone for something like this, but if you can get a nice microphone, maybe not like this one, but go on Amazon and find you a nice, decent microphone that you can plug directly into your phone or into your computer and record from there. Try to be as natural as possible as well, because the AI is trying to get different types of voices for different situations. So whether you're whispering and being a little quiet, or whether you need to be screaming and, you know, trying to get to the point, the voice library submission requires you to put a description on your voice. So try to be as descriptive as you can, because those are the keywords that people are going to be using when they're searching for a voice. Try to highlight what makes your voice more unique than anyone else's, because that's what people are looking for. You can add labels such as accent, gender, age, style, and even category. Your dashboard is going to show real-time statistics on your voice as people are using it, so that you can know exactly where your voice is being used and more specifically how much you're going to get paid for it. Now, there are some strategies that you can use that will allow you to make more than $250 per month in passive income with this. It does require a little bit of work, and I got 5 specific ways in which you can try to get your voice out there a little better. Now, I guarantee you that most people who are watching this video are going to treat voice cloning like it's the lottery, right? You just kind of create your voice, put it out there, and just wait for the money to roll in, which can work, but if you really want to take this by the horn and make a little bit more than just average, there's a few steps I want you to take. Now, strategy 1 involves voice optimization through the search, meaning that you're going to test different types of descriptions. When you are creating a description for your voice, you don't want to just create one and just leave it at that. You want to change it up every now and then just to see if you can push it out to more people. Be sure to like open up a Google spreadsheet or something and track the changes that you're making and see which ones work the best. Whichever one does work the best, just double down on what works and keep going. Now, strategy 2 requires you to do some market research to identify the high demand type voices that are out. Usually these voices kind of take viral trends where a lot of people like to use it for their projects. So in ElevenLabs, you can actually look at the most popular voices that are being used and notice what all of them have in common and try to replicate that type of voice if you can. Another cool thing to do is to look for gaps in different certain accents. So if you have a particular accent, and everyone has an accent, you just may not hear it all the time, but notice if, oh, this type of voice doesn't have a British accent, this type of voice doesn't have an American accent, or a kid, or an adult, whatever it happens to be. Try to find the gaps and fill it. Now, strategy 3 really kind of goes out there when it comes to cross-platform promotion of your voices. Post examples of your own voice in these settings, and who knows, maybe one of them will actually go viral and people will want to use that voice over and over again. Most importantly, tell people the name of that voice while you're using it so that they can find it in ElevenLabs and use it. Strategy 4 is a real game changer. Here you can build actual relationships with content creators that are out there and lobby for them to use your voice. You can even comment on YouTube and TikTok accounts or where people are obviously using an AI voice. Maybe it's one of those standard ones that don't sound very good, and just tell them, hey, use this voice in ElevenLabs. Now, strategy 5 involves a little bit of a reinvestment in the earnings that you make with your voice, but then using it to blow it up completely. One thing that Hector did in our example from earlier that was really interesting was that he actually made different types of voices based on what he could come up with at that time. That way he was out there and had more fishing lines in the water to get picked. So record new voices with new ages and new accents and new speaking styles and see just how big you can how you can make it and start making some money with it. So if you're serious about building a side income, sometimes it's tough to find something that you really like and really want to dive into, which is why I made this video right here, which shows you some ways to make a side income really just using your phone. So click on that video right there and check it out. And remember, I believe in you, and it's about time that you believe in yourself. Take care.